Welcome in, quick hitters. G.Mo Short Crew. Sitting here on a weary Wednesday. The Houston Texans talked to the media today. And we're going to sit here, we're going to decide whether this is patty cake or word salad. Maybe chimney smoke. But we're going to let y'all decide. DeMeco Ryans is going to speak. C.J. Stroud, the leaders of this football team, the ones you want to hear from after a disappointing loss. Now, they spoke after the game, all right? And they're speaking here today. I don't know if you're going to get anything from it. I don't know if you're going to get peace out of it or some clarification on what happened on Monday night. But I'm telling you, it's patty cake, it's word salad, and it's chimney smoke. You decide. So we're going to get this started, and we'll be done breaking the Texans down into, obviously, the next game against the Jaguars on the road. We'll put it to bed. But there's a lot of fans out there, they just want answers. They want to feel good about going into next week. Do you believe DeMeco Ryans is going to give it to you? Do you believe C.J. Stroud is going to give it to you? Things that you want to hear. And I wonder if they can change a few things. Ignite something. So we're going to let it roll, see what DeMeco Ryans has to say. Then we're going to see what C.J. Stroud has to say. It shouldn't take that long. I will decide if we need to go all the way through with it, which they're pretty short, I can imagine. But we'll see. If not, we'll jump right to C.J. Stroud. But we just want some kind of hope going against these Jaguars starting the season 0-2. Let's get it going.
It's good to get our guys back, getting Christian back, Barrios, Jake. It's good to see them back out at practice today. We'll continue to see how the week goes for them, but it's encouraging to see them out there today working.
Hey, right off the bat, could be great news. Christian Kirk is practicing. Braxton Berrios is practicing. Possibility they could play this Sunday against the Jaguars. That could be good news. Is it a savior? I don't know.
Hopefully they can help us on Sunday.
What have you seen from the Jaguars so far this season and how they're playing?
Yeah, from the Jags, I see really an explosive offense. You got playmakers, starting with the running back. To me, ETN is a really good player. Tough tackle, right? So we got to do a great job of tackling again this week. Another great back. And the receivers, I think Brian Thomas wanted to.
Right there. Is that patty cake or word salad? Or maybe just chimney smoke? He said this week, they got another tough running back, ETN. He said it's another week, okay? They have to tackle this week. They got to wrap up. I'm going to call that word salad, especially coming off the Buccaneers game. When you're trying to tackle with your shoulder, lay the major boom instead of wrapping up and getting these players down. He knows it. So he's going to give you a little word salad and say this is another week where we're going to have to tackle, okay? I call it word salad.
Best young receivers in the league, really like his skill set, really explosive player, plays really, really great hands, can attack in the deep part of the field as well. Then they got Travis Hunter, throw him in the mix, another playmaker. They tried to feed the ball to a little bit more watching the Cincinnati game. And then Trevor's done a really good job. I think Liam has done a really nice job working with Trevor. You can see some improvements from him. Like, if the first guy's open, he's ripping it in there. And he rips it. He's playing decisive, playing on time, and still having that athletic ability to move out of the pocket, extend plays is really what makes him lethal. So they're doing a really nice job. Offensive line, have to definitely give them credit. They're doing a really nice job of protecting. They only given up one sack this year, so really nice job protecting the quarterback and protecting the football defensively. a lot of different looks. They mix it up a lot. We're going to be challenged with what they do, especially on passing situations, second and third down. They mix up a lot of looks. A lot of guys at the line of scrimmage, dropping in and out of coverage looks, pressure looks. So we have our hands full there when it comes to picking those things up and being decisive where they are. But they do a really nice job of attacking the football, playing fast and physical. Really like the way the defense is playing.
How do you prepare for a player like Travis Hunter going to plays both ways like that?
Yeah, for Travis, we play. Like, we have to do us better. So it's not us just singling out one player. He's definitely a part of what they do, and they will try to feature him, but we don't overextend ourselves to try to chase ghosts or anything. He aligns all over the place. He'll be in every position. They're going to find ways to get him the ball. We just have to play sound and what we do.
Sounds familiar, don't it? The Jaguars are actually trying to find ways to get their playmakers the ball. Something we're not doing or incapable of doing. What do you know? DeMeco Ryan say they find ways to get their playmakers the ball. Interesting.
Defensively, and just we have to make the plays we're supposed to make. Then when they do put him on the defensive side at the corner position, you see he made a really nice play there on the sideline, breaking up a pass. You talk about a talented player, man. You see why he's drafted, where he's drafted, the impact he's had at both places he was at, at Jackson State and also at Colorado. You see the impact that the kid has made. Outstanding young man, outstanding player, and it's really cool to see a guy be able to play on both sides of the football in National Football League, where a lot of people say it can't be done, but it's impressive.
Can you talk about how do you address some of the little things you needed to clean up? You talked about like tackling and things like that and penalties, while you're also putting in a game plan in a short week. How do you accomplish all that?
Yeah, for sure. It starts with this. For me, it's all about just being precise on what you're doing, right? It's knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, and at the end of the day, it's really how bad do you want to get it done? Our guys understand that. They understand how we miss. The missed tackles, it comes from we weren't wrapping up. Like, you want to play a physical brand of football, but you're not just going to knock everybody back with a shoulder tackle. Or you have to secure the tackle, get the guy down, especially you're the first man in. So we just have to do a better job of the first guy being there. Just make sure you secure the guy. And we do that. Everybody rallies to the football, and then we'll tackle better.
I call Chimney Smoke on that. Chimney Smoke, he watched the film. See, what most coaches do when they go to that podium, they already have a great idea of what they're going to be asked or what these reporters are going to be questioning them about. Most likely, they're going to be questioning about what happened in the game. Why did you lose? How did you lose? And it was a bad tackling game for this defense. It was. They try to lay them major, boom, as we discussed, instead of wrapping up. There's no way on that play. I forgot what down it was. This running back crowded by nothing but Texans defenders. Everybody in there hitting him, but nobody seems to wrap anybody up. He comes running out, picking up a big gain. Now, they calling this defense swarm, right? Well, you're going to have to put the stinger on them, too. That means finish the job. So, yeah, I call that Chimney Smoke.
How have your players received maybe some of the very pointed, this has to be better message from you? You were very direct with us when you talked with us on Tuesday. How have they received that message? And is there any concern for you that you've tried to get this through, whether it's blocking up front or whatever, you try to deliver that message and maybe you haven't seen the progress that you would like?
Our guys are eager to get going, and that's what I felt from our team meeting. As we went through the game, flushed it, got it out. Guys are eager to get going. And the one thing about our guys, they understand,
Okay, now he's playing patty cake. I didn't think he would play patty cake. I give him some word salad and some chimney smoke, but I didn't think he was going to play patty cake. I was going to leave the patty cake to C.J. Stroud. I expected him to play patty cake. All right? Now, all of a sudden, now they're in the film room. They're focused. They're energetic. They're ready to go. We 0-2 early in this season. Now they're ready to go. They damn well better be ready to go. 0-2, going into week 3 against a divisional rival on the road. Yeah, I say you're eager. You're ready to go, hopefully. But have we heard this before? Can't find out until they take the field.
What's where we are. They understand how small of a margin it is to win in this league, right? And I continue to tell our guys, like, it's not that we are so far off or we're so far removed. It's just about, like, can we buckle down and make those couple plays we need to make to end the game, right? And that won't change every week. It'll be the same. So our guys understand what to do, understand the urgency at which we have to operate to get that done. And for us, honestly, we just have to go finish. We've been in games, we've been close, we got to go finish. We got to finish drives, we got to finish in the red zone, we have to finish on third down, we just have to finish the football game.
You expect teams to continue to approach your offense the same way with the amount of pressure that Tampa sent, the constant blitzing? Do you expect teams to just continue to do that until there's a proof that you guys can handle it a little bit better?
I would assume that guys will continue to copycat and do different pressures. And I would say this, the pressure thing, it's all 11, right? It's not, we had a miscue here or there, whether it's the back or it's getting the ball out quicker to our hot answer. So it's all 11 guys when it comes to the pressure. It's not just, no, it's easy for.
Yeah, it's easy just to blame the offensive line. I know. And he's doing his job as a head coach, saying it's all 11. He's not going to put it all on one group, which is the offensive line. He's going to throw the backs in there. He's going to throw the wide receivers, which a lot of that is true, okay? But he's just being a head coach, taking the pressure off his offensive line. That's all he's doing. But we still going to call it word salad, okay? Because he knows the main focus is this offensive line, and they're going to take majority of the heat and the smoke. And that's all that anybody's worried about. The fans, everybody is just focused on this offensive line. We ain't looking at no wide receivers right now. Because to our understanding, they're blocking. They're doing their job. Now, we have running back get blowed up once or twice. I've seen that. But if the offensive line is holding like they're supposed to hold, you won't even see no running backs get blown up because they wouldn't get there in time. The ball will be already released. What's up with the quick game, huh? What's up with the quick pass game to counter all of this bad offensive line, huh? Mr. Nick Caley, do we got hot routes? Do we got hot routes we can hit? 3-step drops, release the ball? Can we get CJ to process that fast? I'm just asking. With a bad offensive line, you can counteract that with quick releases, getting the ball out. Just saying.
Everybody who just watches it and say, oh, it's the O-line. It's all 11 guys working together, operating how we have to operate with a sense of urgency. Of course, that's what everybody does in the league. They see something that was successful, you'll see it again. So you just go back, you correct it. Right, we correct it on the sideline. You correct it again to make sure, hey, we're going to see this again in some form or fashion. Maybe a different look, maybe a different way they bring pressure, but we're going to continue to see those things, yeah, of course, until we show that we have answers for it. So we're ready for that. We know we're going to see it. We're ready to roll.
So 2023, you guys are, I believe, top 2 in one possession ball games.
I'm going to let him answer this one, and we're going to go to C.J. Stroud. Rooting for DeMeco Ryans, he's in a tough spot. I understand that, especially when you're losing. You feel all that pressure. I want him to climb out of it. All right? I'm not beating down the Texans, okay? Just calling how I see it. And we've seen it for too many decades already of the same old stuff. So the frustration is going to be there. So want DeMeco Ryans to turn it around, but at the meantime, he has to take some heat for some of this stuff. He does. Along with Nick Caley, C.J. Stroud. Because if you're not breaking no chalkboards, which we want to see, all right, you ain't yelling and screaming. That may not be your personality, but when you come to the podium nice and calm and you're not delivering no matter of facts, we're not going to like that one bit because it's a sense of urgency now. It's not time for sweet talking. We don't want nothing sweet. Trying to serve us some dessert. We want some answers and some matter of facts.
I think you guys are record like 14-10, which is kind of balance of living in that space, like the pros and cons of living in that space where a lot of the games come down to like the last play after you guys are knocking the team out of the end zone or you guys are going after the game-winning drive, what's kind of balance the pros and cons of that, because sometimes it does kind of move you guys to win more convincingly, because I mean you guys execute throughout the day. So what's just kind of pros and cons of always living in that particular space?
Every game you're in, you really would like to win in a convincing fashion. But as I tell guys, it's not. It's the big schools versus the small. It's NFL football. So every week you're playing against competitive opponents. It's not just, oh, this is a W just because this team is on the schedule. Every week you got to bring your best every single week. So whether it's a close game, whether it's not close, you just got to find a way to finish with the win. And that's what our guys are focused on. It's not focused on how many times we've been in one possession games. Guys, players, you don't think that way. You just think about going out, whatever is in front of you, you attack it, you execute the right way, and you focus on winning that particular down. And however the game shapes out, right, we know they're going to be tight. We know it always comes down to the fourth quarter, right? And that's why they have the Red Zone channel.
Really? I'm glad he's feeling good. I'm glad he's feeling good. Maybe that will guarantee a victory on Sunday. You think? Let's go to C.J. Stroud. My goodness.
Coach, he emphasized he feels like you guys are not far away. What is the feeling for you and the guys in the locker room about close or not close, or just kind of where you guys need to?
They were really close. We're like 1 or 2 plays away from, winning tight games against good teams. And it's only 2 weeks in, so, we're still building, still growing, still, getting used to playing one another. So, but yeah, we're very close.
Folks, you're not going to get too much from C.J. Stroud. I heard this over and over again. There's no enthusiasm. There's no life in that body for some reason. I know, hey, it's his demeanor. I understand that. But is that actually going to work? Can he lead some men out there on that football field? This passive-aggressive stuff, it's only week 2, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to get it together, and everything doesn't happen overnight and all this other crap. This is what I'm talking about. You can't have a head coach that's passive-aggressive and a nice guy, and then you got your supposed-to-be leader, starting quarterback, speaking this same stuff. And this is what I'm talking about. Is this man a powder? Is he a whiner? Can he ignite some fire? Perfect example. And I'm going to speak of Patrick Magician Mahomes, is what I call it. What do you see Patrick Magician Mahomes do on that sideline when they're down and when they're losing? And I'm not comparing C.J. Stroud to Patrick Mahomes. I can name another quarterback that has a little more fire in him. Josh Allen is another one. These quarterbacks lead their football team, not just by play on the football, but on the sidelines, working that sideline, talking to their players, yelling and screaming, depending on what the score is. You got to be willing to motivate when things ain't going your way. When your team is down and out and people are sloping over and they're slouching, they're just walking the sideline, allowing things to happen to them, they're losing, nothing's turning around. That's your job as a quarterback, to have that confidence. I don't think C.J. Stroud has confidence right now. Somewhere he might have lost it in between last season going into this season. I don't know. But there's no dancing from him. There's no, let's go, let's pick it up. I think ever since Tank Dell went down and he shed a few tears, things ain't been right. Telling you right now, this continues. It's going to be a lot of questions around C.J. Stroud. And of course, DeMeco Ryans if they don't turn this thing around. They're fine right now, but I guarantee you, going into next season, this continues, this type of play on the field, this type of attitude and how they're talking at the podium. Going into next season, depending on what's going to happen next season. After that season, DeMeco Ryans will be on the hot seat after next year, depending on what they're going to do, how far they go, what they're going to accomplish. C.J. Stroud, they're going to start looking at him like you might not be the quarterback. That's going to happen. You don't want it to happen, but that's going to happen. They're in the clear this year. But next year, those butts are going to be getting a little bit warm. and it's going to heat up from there. Yeah, it's going to heat up.
I'm sure it is, but I just wanted to ask you, is it difficult to not get the results as quickly as you would otherwise like it, and how do you handle that?
Of course, yeah, it's not like ideal, but what you gonna do, cry about it and, like just be a Debbie Downer? I don't know. There's time and place for that, but I think like 2 weeks in, can't lose your mind, but also can't be too relaxed. So it's a little bit of a balance.
So what are some things that you want to see? I mean, obviously it's a team effort, but personally, you think about, okay, these are some things I really need to focus on. What is that for you?
Just listen to these answers and look at this face, man. Look at the facial expressions. I'm serious, man. This man makes me want to go lay down in a ditch. I'm telling you. I mean, where's the fire? I understand you're 0-2, but you got to have that look like we fit to turn this around. I don't care what happened the last 2 weeks, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen this week. We done had film. We done talked about our mistakes. We will get it better this week. Now, as far as the wins and losses, I can't do nothing about that. But what I'm going to tell you is going to be ass and elbows when we hit that field. I can tell you that. That's all we want to hear. You ain't got to guarantee no victory. We just want to hear things have changed since these 2 weeks. And we about to prove it to you.
I don't know, everything. Like, I can always be better. I told DeMeco the other day, like, if anything he sees or anybody sees I can be better in, let me know. I think my process has really been good lately. I see the field well, putting the ball where it's supposed to be. With the
Oh my goodness. I think we all met guys like this. Oh my goodness. Have you ever worked with a guy or even went to school with a guy that just wasn't so sure of himself? And everything he did, he had to get some kind of approval. He just wants to know, did he do everything right? Is this okay? Are you sure? Please let me know if I'm screwing up. Is this the way you want it? My goodness. And this is our starting QB. Look, man, I like C.J. Stroud like everybody else. I am rooting for this man. You have no idea. Same way with DeMeco Ryans. But what you're seeing right now and what I'm telling you, these are major problems. Major problems. You can hear it. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let him speak a little more. We're going to close this thing out. I mean, I'm about to get some tissue. And we're going to close this thing out.
coverages and whatnot. And some things is just I didn't really get a ton of reps with some of the guys we're getting in the game at receiver. So that's a little bit of a challenge. But I think that's one of my biggest things, just being the coach on the field, and taking that step. And it takes time. It's not overnight. So that's an area I think I can grow.
After games, what's your process? Do you critique yourself, or do you talk to other people about how you did, what you did good, what you did wrong? How do you go maybe on a Monday or Tuesday this week, as it were?
Yeah, I have my process. I go through the film by myself, watch it with Rod, and watch it with DeMeco, and yeah, that's my process.
And then what's the next?
We're going to leave it at that. I apologize, folks. This is not Slouchy Sunday, folks. This is Weary Wednesday. And oh boy, it is weary. It is weary. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Be safe. Thanks for y'all time. There's still concerns, but hey, week 3, we got to deal with it. They're playing the Jaguars in their division. Whether it turn over or not, things are going to have to change, whether this year or next year. But I guarantee you there will be changes. And then again, I can't even say there will be changes, because this team has been known to hold on to head coaches too long. They've been known to hold on to quarterbacks too long. They've known to pay quarterbacks and head coaches that haven't even deserved the money. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. So I can't even sit up here and say there will be changes. They might ride this and squeeze all the juice out this orange before either the ticket sales go down or they're going to be out there protesting, trying to get the McNairs out of town for them to sell this team. I don't know. But, man, this is supposed to be a Super Bowl team contending. Be safe once again. G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Thanks for y'all time, and I'm out of here. Peace.